All right, we are live, Patty. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime with Patty McGuire and me. We're ready to have some fun with you guys. Um, and I have invited Patty here to share about the Schumann resonance because she's an expert in it, but she's also a dear soul sister, and she runs she's the what are you you're the conductor of the love train.
Yes, the host of the Love Train, absolutely.
And I've been hearing Love Train, that song from the 70s, in my head all morning. So welcome. We're going to have a chat today about what is the Schumann really? Because I would love, I know like a lot of my clients and people would love to know a little more about like why is it important and what is it affecting? And then you're going to be bringing in some information about sovereignty, which is pretty much my favorite topic. But first, Patty, welcome. And would you like to just say a little bit about yourself, like your background? I'd love it if you'd share that.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. I love getting together with you, my soul
Thank
sister.
you.
Um,
Thanks.
so I am an ascension guide and energy healer, and the cool thing is that keeps evolving too. And one of the things that really started evolving for me was the energy healing was really sensing it, so having a clairsentience, and then also around energy, right? And seeing energy, and then also being able to mirror messages from soul to soul. And so I've been enjoying that, and it just keeps evolving. Like it's funny, I was recently had a retreat, and we were in Sedona, and the topic of conversation around coffee was, what star seed are you? And I was like laughing because I thought if we said that 5 years ago, we would have been locked up.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And now it's like, oh yeah, we are. We're all galactic. In fact,
Right?
Lee Harris, his energy forecast this weekend was saying that like everybody's gonna know the secret.
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
think, I don't know, within our lifetime or sooner, who knows?
Oh, without a doubt. We're already leaning into that. And so
Yeah.
one of the cool things that came forward with one of my gifts was this, my guides took me to this Schumann resonance chart, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
this, so it measures so scientifically, and by the way, I am not trained scientifically. Let's put
Yeah.
that out there first.
Except your
No,
soul knows it, so don't worry.
ex that's exactly it. And so my guides took me to the graph, right? And now there are many graphs within the Schumann, and it's a space station out in Tomsk, Russia. And so,
Oh, is that how you
is it,
get it?
and yeah, and so they
Out of nowhere? Oh my
measure,
gosh.
yeah, it measures the electromagnetics on the Earth, right? So my guides taught it to me as this is the heartbeat of Gaia. So what they did is they would take me to the graph every day, but not, I wasn't getting an interpretation. They would say to me, okay, journal how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the graph today. How do you feel? And it got to a point where, and now my scalp's tingling. the, it was before we went to see it, I said, here's what I'm feeling. And I would go to the graph and it was there. And so
Huh.
then they showed me a second part of the graph that corresponds with our chakras. And so basically, it's energy that comes from our sun. We are
Uh-huh.
actually summoning that light for ascension. So awakened souls on the planet
Mhm.
are, as we awaken, we are calling in more light, quite literally. And
Mm-hmm.
so this light, it contains upgrades. It also purges unhealed emotions. So it purges, there's collapses timelines. So, and I pulled a couple of examples of this because I think that's the fun stuff to hear, and weird stuff happens during these timeline jumps, and just to just to kind of give you an idea of, or if somebody's new to the Schumann.
Yes.
Now, again, there are scientific, right, interpretations. Mine are completely energetic and completely spirit guided.
Right.
So they
So can
taught
I just
me,
ask real
yeah.
fast? Okay, so do you go to a website that's in Russia, like like NASA's website kind of thing?
So it used to be free to go on there, but so many creators were catching on
Okay.
to it
Ah,
that mine's a subscription. So I have a paid subscription.
okay.
It was free for like the first 2 years, I want to say. And then,
Mhm.
because know what happened, Suzanne, there would be like an eclipse or something or solar flares. And
Yeah.
people from online were email bombing this little
Mhm.
space station in Russia.
Oh
And
my God.
so it
Yeah.
got overwhelming, and they were like,
Exactly.
we're going to charge for this now.
Yeah, good for them. The whole
That's their
town is
abundance.
abundant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just so I know and we know, the one that corresponds with chakras, did your
Mhm.
guides just tell you that that one, like they showed
Y-
you, like one of the
Yes,
or one of the views look correlates? Okay.
exactly. So they
Yeah.
showed me, and I brought a couple of examples today so that I could
Yeah.
show. This is easier
Yeah.
seen than heard for sure.
Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah.
Oh,
You can share whenever you're ready. But I just like thank you because I never quite knew where it came from and I could have Googled it, but I have you.
exactly. So yeah, and I'll tell you, here's where it comes in handy. When we have, again, when light comes in, right, it usually means that our consciousness is then again making a big leap forward, right? So
Mhm.
when we leap to higher consciousness, it drags up the low stuff to literally come to the light. That's why they call it healing light. And the way my guide showed me where this comes in handy for me anyway is when we have these big light events that come in, that goes to the bottom of the barrel and gets that dense energy and pushes it up. And here's the analogy my guides gave me, an Alka-Seltzer tablet. So I know, right?
Oh my
So
God.
the body is the glass. The
Uh-huh.
Alka-Seltzer tablet in its whole is a dense energy in the body that's been contracting, so it's nice and tight. And when the light comes in, that's like when you pour extra water in, and now it's being activated and it becomes effervescent.
Hmm.
So what the light literally pulls the dense energy up and allows it to dissolve to come to the light.
Yeah.
And so that's how we raise it's literally raising our frequency
Oh,
too.
okay. That's a really great explanation. And that's when we go through our stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes though, Suzanne, we're
Yeah.
purging collective energy. And
Right.
I'm sure you've had clients say, why was I crying last weekend?
Yeah.
Right? There's no reason. Well, it's because we're also purging some dense energies that are environmental. So there may not,
Mhm.
right? There's that, some people,
Yeah.
sometimes we're clearing energies that cause grief. And it's like,
Hmm.
why am I grieving and nothing happened? And so, yeah, we're really sensitive to the energies now too,
Yeah.
like way more sensitive.
So I also have always wondered this question. So like I we know this among light workers and people who are, who we work with, but is it equally as affecting the general population
Oh,
or is
yes,
it and
100%. Yeah.
mhm,
Here's the scary part that, well, not scary, it's just, to
yeah,
me, it's those who are, well, we'll just say spiritually awakened people are aware and they have a curiosity,
mhm,
right? So they're like, okay, I felt something shift. For
yeah,
souls who are still unawakened, they're still purging the energy, Suzanne, but without an explanation, right?
yeah,
And
right.
their souls will, right? Everybody ascends. In other words, we're all affected
Mhm,
by the energy. The difference is part are aware and then
yeah,
others are in really a state of confusion. And that's where, and it's interesting, that creates a new fear, right? Veil, shall we call it, in
right.
itself. But then that's where what you just said, gave the perfect example. That's where light workers and way showers are holding that frequency. And because the light energy,
Okay.
nothing's
Yeah.
more powerful. So
Mhm,
when we say holding
yeah.
space, we're holding the light for that dense energy
Yeah.
that's coming up to calm it down. Yeah,
Yeah, like I like to say, um, as we've worked through different things, we're holding the healed state of something
exactly.
that we've
It,
completed too. Yeah. Hmm.
ex exactly. We're holding that
Yeah.
high, it's essentially we're holding the higher timeline.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. The future timeline is here now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, if you have questions for Patty, go ahead and put them in the the chat. If there's techie questions or anything, we'll take any questions later. But thank you. I interrupted you though.
No, you
So,
didn't. No, no, you're good. Do you want me to show an example of
yeah.
a chart? I think that'll really help. So let
Mhm.
me, this is literally how I do it
Yeah.
during the week. And I just feel for it and feel when I'm guided.
Hmm.
So, oh, this is one I pulled. I love this one because this is a cool example of, so this one I pulled where you see the arrow, see that space in the graph. So this is the main graph that my guides taught me. And I
Okay.
pulled this example because this was this was about 8 or 9 days ago. So
Uh-huh.
when we see a lot of blue in the chart here, that's usually calm, meaning there's not a lot of solar activity coming in, right?
Uh-huh.
The green, though, is integration. So when this blast of light, you can see this is a lot of light that came in over
Wow.
hours. So each little tick way at the bottom is 1 hour. So you can see this was like 12 hours of sustained.
Okay.
When this happens, Suzanne, a couple things. First of all, they come in a lot of times in the middle of the night. It's that, why did I wake up at 3:30 again? It's because
And wait,
this,
what,
yeah,
this is like coming from our sun
correct.
or anywhere? Okay, the
From our
sun.
sun. Now,
Okay.
right? Which is really the collective awakened group calling in more light for healing. That means meaning we're ready for another layer. And
Hmm.
here what I've shown that black line in the graph is a timeline jump. So timeline jumps happen. We had a double timeline jump like about, I don't know, gosh, it was right in the beginning of July, I want to say. And when there's war energies present, because what happens is when they say timeline jump, they want to collapse a potential timeline where there could be a war. So how do we do that? We have to jump to a higher timeline and draw us off of that. It literally the whole planet had two collective timeline jumps. Boom, boom.
Uh-huh.
And that puts
Wait,
us,
how do you know that was about a war though? Your
because my
guy.
guides, oh
Okay.
yes. And the
Okay.
whole reason we're ascending,
Yeah.
so this is all ties into the Schumann, and this is wild. The whole purpose for this timed ascension the way it is, like, and for those who know about Dolores Cannon and the waves, right? It
Yeah.
started when the atom was split, the threat of the atomic war or nuclear
Mhm.
war, because all energy permeates into the cosmos. So what happened on Earth does matter throughout
Yeah.
the cosmos. And
Yeah.
so when the war energy was up, that was when other souls started saying, I will go. I will go. We're going to raise the frequency. We're going to awaken. We're going to remember our truth.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
so recently, and we had a double one, and I asked my guides about that
Oh,
because we knew
wow.
there was one that was obvious, right? And
Yeah.
there was a second thing brewing that was not in the media that was about to erupt. And so so that's why we had a double jump. And
Oh, wow.
so it really, yeah, it's cool. It literally put
Yeah.
everybody on a different timeline, which takes away that basically that possible outcome, right? I
That's
know.
incredible. Okay, wait. So,
I know it's a lot.
so, yeah, the this did the sun come in to do that, to disrupt it, basically?
So our
Or
sun
uh-huh.
is how we receive our own light. So we're summoning our own light.
Yeah.
Um, so
Okay.
when we see solar
Yeah.
activity, it's really a result of collective consciousness ready to move forward again. And
Yeah.
so, and it has to happen, as you can
Okay.
imagine, in a, in an easy way, in a gentle way, because when we start pulling up emotions,
Mhm.
that's a lot to handle. It's a
Yeah.
lot, right? Especially if you don't understand why it's
Oh
coming
yeah.
up, right?
Oh.
And so when timelines collapse, that's where we're seeing government, we're seeing banking, all of those things. Those are old timelines that were not in the best and highest good of all.
Right.
There's like servant energy and all this energies that need to collapse.
Hmm.
This light helps us go to the higher timeline, and at the same time, it helps those to collapse. So what appears to be falling apart
Hmm.
is really making space for,
Right.
stuff that's built out of pure love and light versus
Yeah.
fear. Yeah.
So the collective is saying, okay, bring it in because we are, even if we're subconsciously only knowing it, we're like, no, 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 that's not going to happen, basically.
Correct. Our consciousness. So
Our consciousness.
we're multidimensional, right?
Yeah.
So our consciousness goes forward.
Yeah.
And then this is why I love those Schumann, because so the at the bottom of the seven ethereal, right, planes is the who man. I call it the human, the who are you man, the human.
Yeah.
So our physical body is the last one to leap forward.
Mhm.
So our consciousness goes, I'm ready to go forward. Then
Yeah.
comes through, right? The astral bodies, the etheric body, the emotional body, the mental body, and then the physical body is last.
Mhm.
And that's where
Yeah.
sometimes our physical body can feel ascension symptoms because there's a variance in where we were vibrating. When this light comes in, now our body just received a blast. Some people feel heat, some people wake
Mhm.
up,
Yeah.
anxiousness. Other people go, where's this fatigue from?
Yeah.
June was fatigue alley. Just
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
fatigue alley. We were getting a lot of upgrades. Our bodies are becoming crystalline. So this
Yeah.
kind of gives us an idea of, okay, that's what I felt. And it
Yeah.
gives you a teeny sense of peace that you're not losing your mind.
Mhm. Right. That's your word. Yeah. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there any amount of it that's predictive at all? Does it?
Not predictive, but I can feel it. Well, I knew when you see a lot of global conflict, and I don't watch the news at all. I never have to. And it's
Mhm.
it's funny because you can perceive the energy. When you
Right.
really slow down, you can actually perceive the energy and you feel the conflicting energy, or you hear
Mhm.
people talking, and that's how you know, okay, that's in the field.
Yeah.
But I can now sense when big light is coming. I sense it within 12 hours of it coming in. And we all, by the way, everybody has this ability. And you just talked about, I don't know, these abilities will be coming online for anybody awakened
Yeah.
during this calendar year,
Hmm. These
to where you
abilities,
can
what?
to
Meaning,
perceive, oh,
mhm.
energy is coming, like to
Yeah.
perceive it coming. Yeah.
Can you talk about how you teach and know to discern between what's collective and what's not? Because that's always
Oh,
something that I get. I don't know.
yeah.
What's your answer to that?
Yes. So within my field, I can tell because I've done my own, I like monitor my own energy. Like I'm super vigilant over my own energy.
Hmm.
I was taught, what am I creating in this now moment? And then recently, one of the things that my guides gave me that I loved was, it was something about, I'm trying to think of the exact, because the words really help. Oh, okay. Does this, so when you're having a thought,
Hmm.
when my guides taught it to me, it was, does this benefit more than just me? And now I've upgraded that to, does this thought benefit more than just me? So if I am having a thought that does not benefit more than just me, I know that's a me thing. Oh, I'm in my head
Hmm. Okay.
because I'm in a personal issue. So
Hmm.
what's coming forward for me to look at?
Right.
Right. And so it's that awareness, it's just an acute
Hmm.
self-awareness. Okay, if I'm in my head, I'm worrying about anything personal now,
Hmm.
my energy, is that what I want to affect the collective energy? No. And so that's how I know it's mine
Yeah.
versus, for example, like conflict energy, or like when if you see like road rage or something, I
Hmm.
know that's collective energy. And what happens is, energetically, they're called pain bodies.
Hmm.
So say if I walk into a restaurant, I can feel if someone's in a dense energy. I can sense it, right? Because when there's a variance in the frequency, you become
Right.
more sensitive to it. And if I see it in another table too, I know that those low frequencies and I call it the pain body buffet. Because all it takes is one person getting their pain body triggered. And if you're not aware of your energy,
Yeah.
You could go one way. You could go, oh, that person's annoying me,
Hmm.
or go, oh, that's starting the pain body buffet. And so it's really, yeah, I can tell. I also ask my guides, is this mine? And if you go into your heart space,
Hmm.
wait,
Yeah.
is this my energy? I get a yes or no. And anybody can do that. It's just calming down,
Yeah.
coming into the heart. So if you feel the anxiousness, wait a minute, is this mine? And that's how I discern.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's fun to just hear because we all have our different
Yeah.
secrets. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, okay, this is super helpful. I'm trusting it's helpful for lots of people.
It's a lot to take in. Know what I'll
Yeah.
do? Let me show the chakra one, because that
Yeah.
one's
Yeah. 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 Okay.
and these are cool because this is where my guides show me what is usually where we're getting upgrades or purging. Okay, so let me slide over here because I'll show you. I picked one that had a lot of action. Okay, so the way my guides taught me, see this lower one, the green, this low line, this is the root chakra. And
Okay.
this is where we're purging false identities, masks, right?
Hmm.
Anything that wasn't authentic. And so when you see this spike like this, that means that light has come in. So this will correspond on the other one with a beam of light that came all the way down.
Yeah.
And that's the Alka-Seltzer tablet. It's purging so false identities, which means, so Suzanne, if someone is in a relationship that they know is no longer serving them, if they're in a job that's no longer serving them,
Hmm.
if they haven't forgiven fully a family member, right? But they're still putting on that mask and tolerating, that's what that does. It kind of pushes it. It's like an aggregator,
Uh-huh.
right? And
And
so that awareness that, okay, oh, now I know why that situation came up for me,
got it. Yeah.
because that's one of my masks I needed to look at. So, and then
Hmm.
right above it, the red line is the sacral chakra.
Hmm.
And so that's our creative center, right? This is helping everybody to remember that we are creator. We're creator within our own creation. So that's that where we get upgrades there, and we're purging there is usually where how many times have you heard people say I'm not creative? Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, you created it all.
Right? Either consciously or unconsciously. It's true. And then the the next one up, the yellow, this is the solar plexus and the heart are both contained in this one. And this has been the most active one for the last couple of months, because that's where the sovereignty is going to tie in, is that we're remembering our power. And
Yeah.
then many of us gave away our power in trauma.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so the solar plexus have been like, if you feel that wave where it's like, oh gosh, why do I feel so, or even it can feel like nausea,
Hmm.
that is usually when we're seeing these spikes.
You
When you
know.
see these, it means, because the light's coming in, and again, it's an aggregator. And also in July, like from the first, I want to say around July 6th, we did a massive heart opening.
Mm.
Our hearts, everybody, right? We all, who didn't have a broken heart, right? Some multiple. Well,
Yeah.
that goes back to the earliest of incarnations. So the light that's been coming in July has been specifically, they showed the heart as a lotus flower. This is how I was shown it in the quantum field, as a lotus flower, and they healed the outer petals first, and then we've been working our way in. So there's a softening going on. And this is something that some people will become aware of too, of, oh, wait, I am trusting my heart again.
Mhm.
That knowing that in pure love and light, when everybody, right, we're not going to have predators. We're coming into full harmony with each other, with the animals, with the planet, with
Mhm.
everything. And
Yeah.
so the heart healing is a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
And that's been, July has been focused on that gentle heart healing and
Mhm.
helping to everybody to,
Wow.
trust their heart more. And then the
I'm
top,
definitely seeing that with my people. Yeah, it's palpable. It's like a willingness now, like we're ready for it.
ex
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. And then this top one is the fun one. This one, this one has been going and going and going and going for months and months and months because this is so this is the throat, the third eye, and the crown are all contained on this one.
Uh-huh.
This is where we have been getting the most amount of upgrades. Ringing in the ears is when we get light, high energy coming from here because our physical body is adjusting to the frequency that our consciousness just received.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It starts there, the consciousness goes, and then the ringing in the ears, throat. So many people are saying, why do I keep clearing my throat? Or, I'm coughing a lot. Also the eyes, all like the head's getting so many upgrades. It's crazy. The third eye is getting a lot of, what they call it is igniting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word they use, which means really coming online. So we're all already prepared for all this. These are new things that are coming online. And I'll tell you the two biggest ones already. Even in my community, I'm seeing it: telepathy and intuition. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's
Yeah.
really cool. I'm sure you're
Oh,
seeing that with your clients too, right?
yeah. And people in general, it's like people who never would have been open to anything like that are like, well, I think too, listening to the telepathy tapes, everyone knows about that too. It's like the interest in stuff like that is so amazing because that's just helping open the door. But I think, Patty, like I'm hearing a ringing in my left ear. So we are getting like that, whoever's listening, right, is getting some kind of adjustment right now. And so, especially this happens when we're together.
It does.
But what is that?
Okay. So, yeah, let me see what they're bringing. But
When
yes,
you said, yeah.
yeah. So I'm tuning in to what you're hearing now. So here's what happens. Here's the cool thing. They're receiving, you and I are transmitting a
Hmm.
truth someone's remembering. And by the way, the left ear is receiving.
Hmm.
This is where we receive new information. So
Yeah.
they're receiving new information also that they're resonating as true.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh, thank you. Alicia says, yeah, this is great. Okay. It's good to hear your comments. That and remember there's questions. Yeah, because right when you said the head, then I was like, oh yeah, we're all getting the head augmented. My guides are saying the head, the stratosphere around the head is getting augmented to understand this for yourselves. As Patty is saying, we're all going to be able to tune in. So it's like it's an activation. Oh, we always do activations
We
together.
do.
There's an activation of awareness, like you said, of remembering and attuning to the qualities within you that make it palpable is what I'm hearing. So that's pretty cool. Who knew?
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
no, that's the cool thing. It really is. And now I'm getting like, now my scalp's tingling again. It's like, zzz.
yeah,
Yeah. So, and that means that's confirmation. See, what everything that you just said when I get that tingle, it's like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's how we confirm information, right? In this
Mhm.
field. And so I want to bring in the sovereignty piece. So two things that came in July,
Yeah,
which,
okay. So wait. So
yeah.
just to preface, so today you're seeing a trend about sovereignty lately, right?
Oh,
And you see trends like throughout the days and weeks and months.
yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's what's cool. So, and I love for
Mhm.
me, and giving that information to my community is always important because I believe me, and I'm going through it too. I get whacked with the energy and I'm like, what
Mhm.
was that?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'll tune in and say to my guides, okay, what was that? And it's always, they take me to the quantum field because that's
Mhm.
where I can see the big picture. And I also host a private group on Thursdays, and that group has a beautiful container of energy that they create. And
Mhm.
so I'll ask my guides, okay, what's in the best and highest good of that for the focus group today?
Yeah.
And they bring forward, and so last week they brought forward sovereignty. And guess what? We couldn't bring in the sovereignty piece without the heart healing being down first, because in the fifth dimension, we're being asked to go fully into the heart and
Yeah.
not here. And that the mind learns from the heart in the fifth dimension. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, and they'll show me what is, what's always what's being healed in the collective. And then I'm able to also ask within my community, what are you seeing, what's going on? And
Mhm.
Suzanne, it's wild because I don't I don't even know the topic most times when I log
Mhm.
in, and then it'll come in, or an activation comes in first,
Yeah.
and we always have like a discussion like you and I do, right? And then during the discussion, a theme presents itself. And
Yeah.
lo and behold, it's attached to the activation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so magical. That's what happens in my Thursday call too. It's so fun. It's probably at the same time. That's so great.
I would be surprised.
Yeah, because I mean, don't you find that too? Like, well, there are themes that there are always themes shared among channels too, like that are
Oh
so
gosh, yeah.
similar. So it's just really, it's really fun and it's really empowering. Okay, so what do we need to know about sovereignty?
Okay, so how this came in energetically, in the beginning of July,
Yeah,
we got some big blasts of light, right? Normally, right, that's
yeah.
healing energy. And oh, so by the way, also every time a big blast of light comes in, that helps more awaken.
Hmm.
And it's funny because I'll see an increase of people coming in interested in the Schumann, because it's that first step curiosity, like, okay, wait, I know I'm here for a bigger reason, but now what is it? Like, right? It's that, what's my purpose? Why am I here?
Hmm.
And so they brought in, this is so wild, the energy of imagination, the sixth dimension.
Hmm.
And it's that going from the heart, that's where, and then what is something you love? What is something you would love to create? And in order to do that, you
Hmm.
had to believe in your own power, self-governing, right? And so they brought in, I had to write it down because this came in. So in the activation, this is what came in. Sovereignty does not mean isolation. Sovereignty is honoring my alignment,
Hmm.
honoring my own energetic alignment. And
Yeah.
so, and I asked my guides, how are you? Because for me, a long time I thought sovereignty meant freedom. They are not the same. In not energetically, they consider freedom to be one energy and sovereignty to be another. Sovereignty in the spiritual realm, the way my guides gave it to me, was self-governing, supreme power and authority.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And don't you, yeah, it just it's like we are in the middle of that right now, of feeling that
Yes.
right now. I can feel it in my
Yes.
solar
And it's
plexus.
a weird one. See,
Yeah.
that's the power center.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
that's I'll tell you, Friday, was it last Friday? I think it was a week ago prior. It all blends in. It's one blur. We had a weird Schumann. And know what it was? Instead of the light coming from the sun,
Hmm.
Gaia was emitting across her surface a heart healing energy that came up from her into our solar plexus.
Wow.
And it was right into that chakra, which is shared with the heart chakra. And
Hmm.
it was global heart coherence.
When was this?
This was, I have to look, it wasn't last Friday. It was a week. So
Okay.
not this past Friday, the 11th. It was a week prior to this past Friday. And it was, I felt so weird that day. Just, I was like, what is this? I
Yeah.
knew it wasn't anything bad,
Yeah.
but I couldn't, like, normally, know what I did? I got my crystal. I got my crystal and put it on my solar plexus and did breath work. Because you know that yucky feeling you get, like, oh, it would, like,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
don't know, this weird anxiousness. But I was like, I know this is something good, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
What the heck
It's
is
all
it?
for me, right? Yeah.
Makes it, yeah, this is happening for me, that I want to, toss my cookies right now.
So, Patty, do you think I have a few questions about all this. Do you think we all have to like always feel this. What's your what's your thought on that? Or, is it only if you have something that's coming up? Or yeah, how does that work?
Oh, good question. So each individual
Hmm.
feels this differently. Very important. And
Right.
that,
So
so
yeah.
I was always guided, just say what happened with you with the caveat that, so in other words, certain energies wake me up and then others give me fatigue. For another soul, it could be the exact opposite.
Mhm.
So it's never about us comparing our energy to someone else's because it won't be accurate. Because you have
Yeah.
your own unique frequency, and wherever you're at in your journey, whatever timeline you're on, that's what's it's going to give you exactly what you need. Sometimes if you're more open, right, you're going to get a full blast of energy because your
Mhm.
field's clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's emotions or stuff or old experiences that need to be purged, it's going to only bring it in. And we, by the way, we have the ability, Suzanne, to say to our guides, please slow it down.
Yeah.
We can absolutely say, please.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like, and also say things like I allow all of this to pass through easily,
Yes.
and let me understand it with awareness instead of suffering. So
Yeah.
like, because it's like for these communities, is our community, it's a lot. So yeah, in the name of sovereignty, I've always been told that like you can you you're getting it because your soul wants it, and you do have sovereignty, and you can put the brakes on it even sometimes. Maybe not always, but
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. We can definitely, we have, authority is the word they
Yeah.
give me. We have
Yeah.
authority over how much we want to
Yeah.
take on, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Because I wanted to just make that clear because I think it's always been a thing. I used to feel so much like years ago, and thankfully Mother Mary came to me and said, you don't have to live like that, Suzanne. And there were all these reasons based on trauma that I was such an open book, like so open, and had all these like the way I saw it were chasms like as big as the Grand Canyon, like just openings. And that was because of trauma. And I learned that. And then I learned, and that was a big part of my trauma healing. And then I stopped having to feel so much of the collective. And
Yes.
so I just share that with people because um, there is a way to manage and heal through that too, that um, we both work on with people. That's part of our, so it's an illusion. My guides are just saying it's an
Yeah.
illusion that you have to suffer through this.
It's true. Yeah.
This is meant
But
to be all for your empowerment. And I think I just used to think I was at the mercy of it. And I do often hear people still kind of with that old belief. So I'm glad we're just talking about that too, because
yeah.
that's a really important part of this, and frankly why we're having this
Yeah.
discussion. Yeah.
And know what, while you mention that, because this is you too, you're an empath, my dear.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so the empaths, this is such a great thing to learn about how, your energy that you do. So empaths, and my guides are bringing this in, empaths unconsciously thought that it was their job to heal emotions that were not pure love and light
Hmm.
because they have an ability. So empaths are amazing at alchemists,
Yeah.
and they unknowingly were trying to heal emotions. So they thought they had to take on
Yes.
the collective, right? And it's like, no, each
That's
individual.
why I did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the
Yeah.
more empathic you are, the more important it is to know, oh, wait, I actually have authority over this. And I can just close that, not
Yeah.
out of fear, but it's really out of self love, knowing that, oh, no, all I have to do is
Yeah.
focus my energy on me.
I feel like this is really important for this conversation. And I'm going to share because it's it is a common myth, and this is Mythbusters. um, and it is really key to sovereignty. Like that was one of the most fundamental changes I started to make. So I wouldn't always be like bowled over by energy. But and I was so sure I had to do that. I joined the Peace Corps after college. Like that's how I
Yeah.
was like, I'm on a mission to save the world. Like I had that mentality. And that is not uncommon among so many empaths and healers. And we know that a lot of us have worked through that, but I just feel like it can't be stated enough that there's uh it it can take courage to stop that trajectory
Yeah.
and go for it, because you don't want to be at the whim of everybody else's stuff either. That's not why we came here to live.
No, it's absolutely
Yeah,
true. And we lead through inspiration is the truth.
yeah.
We
Hmm.
inspire and guide through inspiration and through holding
Yeah.
our power. And I'll tell you one small trick that I use, because like I said,
Hmm.
I can discern an example. I was taking the bus back from Todos Santos the other day, and I was in this beautiful, great mood and enlightened, and my mind was quiet. And I got on the bus and I was like, oh, what is going on this bus?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the solar plexus were on the gerbil wheel. And I was like, what on earth? And I just sat there, Suzanne, and said, please release all energies that are not my own.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I had to do that about 50 times. And then it finally, I think I was just like calling in my light, and I put my earbuds in and put a song on. And
Yeah.
I thought, and then you might say, why am I put in this situation? To shine my light,
Hmm.
to shine my light.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because right before we got back into Cabo, the girl sitting next to me, she said, oh, I've been so annoyed with my boyfriend. And it was so she's telling me this whole story, and she was all dolled up and he was ghosting her. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was feeling her. Da, 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 da. It was so cute. And I said to her, you know what? Love yourself. Don't
Hmm.
love yourself. We had like a beautiful conversation, but so it's sometimes we're put in a situation, but
Right. For
it,
someone, for
yeah,
the good.
but you
Mhm.
can still, I had to still say, ho ho,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I release all energies that are not my own. And that's a great one for empaths. It, yeah, just like,
Yeah. I just did that this morning to with light language. It's funny, right? Like I had a similar experience where sometimes it's easy, and sometimes like I was called to light Palo Santo and walk around my whole apartment and say light language and claim it in a way that I don't usually, like akin to that, like 50 times. Like this is my space, and it's mine, and it's mine, it's mine, and everything else must go. So sometimes we get to do that in the name of our
yes.
own freedom and peace and sovereignty. So it's almost like um let's see, there's an immaculate Mother Mary's with us, and there's an immaculate piece of this that she wants to share, that's this is akin to knowing what's real and dealing with it. This helps you know what's real and deal with it in a way that's just like business, like taking care of business. That's so cool. Thank you, Mother Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's just sort of like, okay, here's data. Let's use it and then move on. That's really
Ex
fun. Yeah.
exactly. And sensing, is this
Mhm.
true? Is
Yeah.
this true? Oh, it's not. So it must come to the light.
Yeah.
And then be the observer and
Hmm.
see, instead of our old reaction, right, was, oh, uh-oh, I have a bad feeling, right? We
Yeah.
think we call it a bad feeling, and then we start going in that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me find, no, it's like, okay, wait, I'm going to be the observer. Okay, something just shifted energetically. What am I observing? So it doesn't feel good. So this is something that's coming to the light. I'm going to allow it. It's like you said, like, I love that. take care of your business.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is actually coming to the light and not getting frustrated going, oh, I thought I cleared that, right? It's,
Right.
oh,
Right.
interesting. I always go, oh, that's interesting, right? When you
Mhm.
know it's your own. Oh, and even when it's not your own, recognizing, okay, this is something like you, by the way, they were showing me there was some situation. Are you in a building?
Mhm.
Okay. So there was a situation where you were radiating that out. Basically, you were clear in the building. There
Mhm.
was a situation going on that was
Oh, wow.
required
Okay.
that you were because your power, you were being called to use your power.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I was pretty collie ma with that.
you're like, I love Palo Santo.
Oh, well, you're welcome to all my beloved apartment building mates. Um, it's so funny. I mean, it's just so great because we have such a connection with Mother Mary, both of us. And she's like, I love it how she's really expressing, like, you guys, this, look, this is just business. It's energetic hygiene. And we can get so caught up, and you're great at well, like this. That's why it's like that's what it's like with you. And it's we don't have to get caught up in it. And it's just energetic things that are going on because we're part of the collective shift. And on one hand, it's just that, and anything else is an illusion. So that's really she's just, I'm just grateful she has that perspective. Very, she wants me to make it very clear.
She's always very clear. She's my personal
Yeah.
DJ too. I love, I love. I'll ask her for a song
Oh my
reference, like
God.
when it's something that I want to be like vigilant about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and oh man, yeah, I say it like
Oh,
my personal
uh-huh.
DJ is Mother Mary.
Oh, John Lennon said she sings to me.
Yeah. She's yeah, she's been in the quantum healings that I've been in, where we're healing collective energies.
Mhm.
It's cool with the heart space. She is singing to the parts, the sad parts that are being pulled up. She's singing to them as they go to the light. So it's really beautiful. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, thank you, Mother Mary. I do have another techie question
Sure.
about that root chakra, the green line.
Hmm.
Um, so because I get how does that literally how d I get it with the energy coming, like I feel like I know how that comes through our crown. How does it literally come into our beingness from the earth?
Okay. So, and they're showing me now this straight. Okay, so the light that we summon
Uh-huh.
essentially comes from the great central sun through our sun, right?
Yes.
With regard to us being in the human body
Yes.
on Earth, right? Comes to us and through us. It
Mm-hmm.
goes to Gaia's crystalline heart, right? Because she's our host, and
Yes.
we are coming in resonance with her. It then
Mm-hmm.
comes back through from her back up through us. But when this is purging, what's happening is the energy comes in through the human first, and it's
Mm-hmm.
looking for any dense energy, what's ready to come up. The clean energy goes to Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's why when we say we're fully open and in harmony with her, and one of the things that all my activations, they instantly ground us with her. We are already in natural harmony with her because our consciousness has progressed to a rate now that we
Mm-hmm.
are really more naturally, we almost naturally ground with her. For anybody that if you step outside, you can actually feel that, right? It's palpable. It's like so easy to feel grounded.
Yeah.
And so the the light as it's coming in, Suzanne, pushes that up. It goes under and pushes it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the light that where there's no density met, that goes straight into Gaia. And then as we ground with her, it's just us harmonizing with that frequency. And
Yeah.
that's that anchoring. So we anchor our new frequency
Mhm.
into her.
Yeah.
It's two, I know it's a multi-level thing going on, but
Yeah.
when the light comes in, so see this point here,
Mhm.
that means that we got a blast of light that goes all the way to the bottom here. I can probably, let me show you what the other thing. It's a great question, because when you understand energetically what's going on, because also the root chakra, by the way, when you were asking that question, the word lack energy is in the root chakra. So fear about finances, lack
Mhm.
of love, any lack energy, and that energy is usually in the hips, the
Mhm.
lower back, and even the shins and the ankles and the feet. And
Mhm.
so there were some people, I know in June, my guides were showing me that tendons in the feet that were holding ancient
What?
lack, yes, lack energy. And I was like, oh, tendons in the feet. And the next morning I woke up, my feet were sore.
Oh my God.
And there were other people in the community. So when these things do come forward and I share it,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
funny, for no reason my feet
Yeah.
were sore for like a day. And they're always temporary, right? But
Yeah.
so see this, when this light, all this is upper chakra, this
Yeah.
these higher, that, so that's a lot. But all these pieces that came down low, those are hitting any dense energies in the root chakra. And so, right, as the chakras, the densest chakra we have is our root, right? And then they get lighter and lighter and lighter, obviously, with the crown being the lightest. And then, so when those are getting purged, Suzanne, a lot of people will say, why is my back hurting, or my hips are tight? Some people might feel tingling in the legs. Oh, itchy skin's another one, because
Mm.
this brings heat. Think of it, it's extra energy in the body that the body's never received before. These are frequencies we never got. So you can get itchy skin. That was like for the month of June, we were all itching.
Mhm. Um, so like how do how do you know if it's like how do you reconcile in your head like if it's what you have going on is this or something else?
Ah, great question. Anything chronic is your physical body giving you a message from your emotional body. That's what I've been taught from my guides. So anything long term
Uh-huh.
is, okay, what message do you have for me? What message are you trying to give me? And
Hmm.
it's usually just an incomplete emotion or like a forgiveness process um,
Hmm.
that still wants to take place. And then versus when these blasts come in, it might be sleeplessness for a few days, or that anxiousness, weird cravings, crazy dreams. All
Hmm.
of this can be created by that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
what happens when you're sleeping, if you want to know what's going
Mhm.
on, this is wild. When this comes in like this, when we're sleeping, it's purging old timelines too. So it's not just purging our chakras,
Uh-huh.
old potential timelines that were not good are also collapsing. And that's the crazy, where you're like, why did I have that violent dream?
Hmm.
It's really collapsing an old potential timeline.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
know, crazy. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I know there's so many aspects of it. Okay. Okay. Uh, were you going to show something else, or is that no?
No, I can show though energetically. I've got one more I'll show about timelines, because when we talk about timeline
Okay.
jumps, I know sometimes people are like, wait, I like graphics. I love me some Canva because the graphics can help us to understand. Okay, so my guides had me do this, and I love this one. So let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. So look at this in terms of this lower line is the third dimension, right? We're already in the fifth dimension. We all have access, including whether you're awakened or not, doesn't matter. Also, all conscious, right? Everybody's the collective consciousness is going, has access to the fifth dimension. So as when we do a timeline jump, this is dissolving. This is the lowest, densest, right? So say this was that war energy.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, we don't like that. We want to go to a higher timeline. So we
Hmm.
bring in light, we call in our light. The light is dissolving this. And at the same time, we now can access a
Hmm.
higher
Yeah.
within the fifth dimension.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so one of the things that I've been teaching in my group class now is how do I align with that high frequency? And it's like choosing, okay, this one has fear. And because a lot of times what we think's an improved timeline still has fear attached to it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a limited belief. And so it's going beyond the limiting belief. And that's where the sixth dimension energy that's been
Mm-hmm.
coming in is really, we're being upgraded right now. They're showing me all the stuff that's in the head. We're being upgraded right now to remember and trust our imagination and soften the edges around doubting that, so
Mm-hmm.
that we can more easily access and trust our imagination. That's what we're being right now upgraded
Yeah.
for. Yeah, that's like July right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And then what does fear have there's something about fear. What does fear have to do with that scenario?
Yeah. So I'm glad you went. So, okay. Oh, they're showing me exactly.
Okay.
When we, when fear is resistant energy, right? It's dense energy.
Mhm.
If we resist anything, you're resisting everything. In other words, if I'll give you an example that my guides give me, which can help to understand this. So these are all potential timelines, right? In every
Mhm.
now moment, we're choosing a timeline. So if I choose fear, I'm staying on that third dimension timeline. If I say this happened to me when I was little, and then I'm still holding on to that time, I'm bringing that timeline into my now moment. So
Uh-huh.
that's going to continue to play out. But if I
Mhm.
go, wait a minute, I didn't like that timeline. So an example that I gave to my group was, so I'm walking through my neighborhood and my neighbor has beautiful roses.
Mhm.
Oh, I want to pick a rose. I'm going to pick a rose. So I pick the rose, and all of a sudden, somebody comes out and screams at me.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? What are you pick? So now, okay, I have a memory, I have an emotion attached to that. I'm scared
Yeah.
shitless. I'm going, right, I'm going to go. Now, I've got a feeling when I walk by that house, right? So
Mhm.
that's that third D timeline, right? Scared. Wanted this rose.
Yeah. It's
Now,
mhm.
right. So I want to say, okay, I want to choose a different timeline.
Yeah.
So I love roses. I love roses, and I'm going to sneak over there, right? And get it at night. And that way nobody's going to see me, right?
Mhm.
Here's the thing. There's still fear in that because I still have a fear of getting caught. See?
Right.
So
Right.
because of that, I'm still on the low timeline.
Mhm.
But I thought that was a better thought. But all I'm doing is moving how I'm handling the fear. So
Yeah.
what's a higher timeline? The higher timeline is, oh, I'm going to be walking past and I'm in my heart. I love those roses. I'm only in my heart,
Mhm.
admiring I love the roses. Somebody comes out and I say, I love your roses. And they said, let me get you a basket. Why don't we pick some for you?
Mhm. Mhm.
Or I love roses so much. Oh my goodness. And a rose tree starts blooming in my garden. That is literally, we have the ability to create it. That's that sixth dimension.
Yeah.
Um, and use that. Or here's the other thing. We always think we know how it's going to come. Or another timeline that's still pure love and light is I go home and somebody has sent me a dozen roses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's really, they want us,
Allowing.
that's the
Mhm.
expansion that's available now for us to really play with that
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and know that I don't want to bring that timeline in where I got caught.
Yeah.
Instead, all I'm focusing on is that I love roses. I love
Mhm.
fresh picked roses. I love the
Mhm.
smell of the colors. And
Yeah.
that is now drifting me right onto that.
Yeah.
Wait, see, and so fear, if you fear even a little, fear plus love, even if you say, I'm doing this because I love you, but I also have fear, the end result is you're still in that third dimension timeline.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's so helpful. I think like this visual is super helpful, and it's almost like everyone take that and remember that when you're like experiencing something, because what I like to say is, oh, this is not coming with me. It doesn't belong in my version of heaven on earth. That
Exactly.
this timeline is heaven on earth, my highest timeline. That does not belong. So sometimes it can be that simple, as
It is. Because
um
you're choosing in that now moment.
yeah.
We're always manifesting. We're either consciously manifesting or unconsciously, and that's
Right.
exactly what you're doing.
Mhm.
And this is why I love this image, because
Yeah.
I'll go, oh no. And I just discern and go, oh, I don't want that timeline
Yeah.
in my now moment. And that's that,
Mhm.
and right? Claim your sovereignty
Yeah.
and then go, what do I want? Oh, what do I want to create instead? And then how can I focus my heart on? It's always about what do I love? What would I love to experience? What do
Yeah.
I, right? Yeah.
What
That's,
lights me up? What brings me joy? Yes. Yeah.
and give yourself permission.
hmm hmm Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see. I just want to ask if there's any questions. There's a lot of people watching. If anyone has a question for Patty, chime in. And I think I've asked all mine. Is there anything else you want to say that the like about sovereignty and moving forward or what comes?
Yeah, I feel like don't be afraid of your power. Our power isn't here to entangle us in somebody else's journey. And when you choose your own sovereignty and really just pay attention to your own energy,
Mm-hmm.
you end up impacting the entire globe with that. And it's that, so I love that statement. Does this thought benefit more than
Yeah.
just me? And when I can say yes to that, I know I'm on my highest timeline.
Yeah, that is the oneness timeline, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's so beautiful. I know my guides in our Thursday group, but at the same time, it's like they've been very emphatic about that in the last several months. They like, regardless of what any of you all do with at all, that's what they always say, regardless of if you're just sitting eating a popsicle, it's affecting it, it's moving things forward for the collective. And even when we're going through this stuff, we're healing things or we're clarifying things in our energy field. And that is too, it's like actually they're just saying all of it is contributing. So don't even worry about a thing. that's well, that's good.
I know, easier said than done, right? Don't you worry about anything ever.
I know.
Okay, okay. Memo received. Practicing.
No, I know. They're always saying that, but yeah, we're getting there.
But I'll tell you, like our mission is play, create, and have fun.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
for me, every morning I start my day with what's going to be fun.
Mhm.
Not, I don't look at my calendar. I don't look at my emails. It's like, well, and I knew you were on there today, so I knew we always have fun. So I was like, well, my fun part's taken care of. I get to hang with my soul sister.
Yes, what's going to be fun? I know. And I mean, this is fun. It's fun to explore. And I'm trusting, like, thank you for explaining all this because that makes it way more fun for me now that I understand the basics. So that was my intention. And thank you for obliging that
Oh my
intention.
God, my pleasure. And I see a question. This one, fear about animals, worrying about them. Oh, okay. So that's a third dimension timeline. It's a third dimension timeline. In the fifth dimension on these timelines, and I've already been shown this with my guides. It's one of the things,
Mhm.
and it's so, see, Suzanne, I'm telling you, they bring, so I had a note that I took this weekend. So one of the things that happens, so in the fifth dimension timeline, we are in perfect harmony with the weather, with the wind, with Gaia, with all of the animals. There are no predators
Mhm.
because everyone is on the same frequency of resonance. And it's so cool. I was talking to one of my clients this morning, and she said to me, she went out, she saw a deer out her window. And she
Mhm.
went outside and it didn't run away. They were made eye contact. It was eating and made eye contact. And then she said a bunch of swallows were flying above her head. And
Mhm.
she said, I knew what you meant about harmony with the animals.
Mm.
And like my guides tell me all the time, and they're like giving me the head shake now too, that even things like swimming in the ocean with sharks and things like that, we will be in resonance. There is no predator thing. And that the animals, so it's all consciousness, the animals that are here understand, including because there's some in the food chain, right, in this timeline, they all understood that they were
Yeah.
going in and being that. And so, but if we focus on the third dimension animal experience, we will continue to have that in our reality. So we focus on being one with all, and I am in harmony, and that this animal is here on a purpose too.
Mm-hmm.
And so knowing that in your reality that you want to create, just focus on being in harmony and
Yeah.
love them, but don't love them from a place of fear. It's
Yeah.
just that pure love that they too are a right divine creation, and they have their own consciousness and understand why they're here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just like we see each other, like you got you, buddy. I know you know why you're here and you have you. That's that's such an empowering to me way stance because that's how our guides are for us. They're like, Suzanne, I know, Patty, I know you're gonna get this. I know you got yourself. And it's the
Exactly.
same with they've just taught me over and over. That's how we empower each other and ourselves to not take it on the responsibility, but they know why they're here. And I've always heard the same thing. They know they signed up for whatever it is, and they're in such service. It's such a like the thing is they're in such service to the experiences here on earth. It's an honor
They
of
are. They're revered.
all that they do,
Yeah, they're
like
revered for their part.
yeah.
And they know it, and they know it. Yeah. And so, and animals, by the way, so dogs, by the way, are already in the fifth dimension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dogs are in the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
Cats love the fourth dimension. So cats, that's why cats feel first, and then like cats will feel you out. A dog will be like, "Oh, come and love me. I'm ready." And right?
Unabashed. Yeah.
Right. And so it's interesting. So dogs are already in the fifth dimension.
Mhm.
And so yeah, but all animals, and we are coming into complete harmony. It's interesting where I was this weekend. They were giving bug spray because I was on a lagoon right off
Uh-huh.
of the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And so lagoon means mosquitoes. And I
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm in resonance. And I was watching people spray, and I was like, no, I'm gonna really stay in my power here. Not one mosquito bite.
Awesome.
Never sprayed a thing. And so, and I've been noticing that, like I used to have a thing with bees. No, not anymore. They'll go by me. They zip by me. And so I'm actually already feeling that and being shown that harmony. It's wild. It's magical. It's magical.
Intention. It's all about intention too. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sister, thank you so much. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up now. But thank you for all this that you've shared. And you can follow Patty at the Positivity Influencer. I'll put that link in my in this video too. And thanks for the amazing explanation and all of it. Is there any final wrap up you'd like to say?
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I love getting together with
Oh my
you.
gosh, this has been very illuminating. I really appreciate it.
And yeah, I love sharing this.
Yeah,
When it first comes in, like I'm sure sometimes you get stuff from your guides and you're like, you want me to talk about what?
yeah. I know. Who knew to fall into this?
So yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, just I think really be mindful of when you get into your head, going into your heart space, because when you
Mhm.
do that, you're choosing your timeline, and just keep choosing that. And you can
That
correct
yellow
it.
line. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
go for that big yellow line up there.
Yeah, it's so fun because that's what I would say too. Like lately in sessions, I've been like showing choose way up here. And it even is like I have this line here in my backdrop. Choose from up here, the highest, see it from the highest vantage point. So we're even getting the same message in that way, like choose from the highest vantage. What does it look like from this high vantage? A lot of times they'll say, from your higher self perspective or the guide's perspective or God's perspective, but like it's yours, the highest to choose from there. So that's a
Yeah.
great visual. That's super helpful.
Yeah. Love it.
All
All right.
right. Well, thank you so much. All my love to you. And thanks for everyone who's been listening. And
Yes.
we'll be back sometime, right, Patty?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're one of my favorite playmates on here.
Right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so